morning, YouTube. It is a new day. This is after my trip to DC. I decided I was going to do a Daniel fast. And then also, I've just been kind of solemn this morning. I want to do a fast for the schizophrenia. I think that's an order. As long as it takes. I don't know. It feels like too much. But to kind of help me on my spiritual journey and whatnot. So I'm going to be food prepping, meal prepping, like different meals for my Daniel fast. And that's what this video is about. So if you want to see different recipes and things like that and just be inspired, then stay tuned. Bye. Alright guys, so this is what the groceries that I have for my meal prepping. I'm going to be making spaghetti, a whole grain spaghetti, so that way I'm able to actually eat it, because it's about grains and fruits and vegetables. And then I'm going to be eating that with mushroom and some peppers and onions. And then I'm also going to be adding some zucchini in there as well, so that'll be delicious. And then for lunch, it's going to be a hash. So I've got some butternut squash, some sweet potatoes, some regular potatoes, and I'm probably going to add a bit of this tofu in there. I've got some extra firm tofu left over from dinner last night, so that should be really, really good. And then I've also got my snack here. For breakfast, I'm going to do overnight oats. Forgot to get that out. I'm going to do overnight oats, and then for a snack, I'm just going to do a fruit salad. So I've got a bunch of different fruits here, like kiwi and strawberries and blueberries. The apples are for the overnight oats. And yeah, I got some cotton candy grapes here, which is great if I'm craving some candy. So, yeah. So here I am just chopping up some apples for overnight oats. There is something so satisfying about chopping things up really small. It's a lot of fun. Now I'm going ahead and adding these small chopped up apples to a small saucepan and sauteing them with a small amount of butter, so it can have something to kind of help it along in the pan. Now here I am just adding generous amounts of cinnamon and a few splashes of vanilla. So this is what it should look like, all mixed together now. Just let it simmer and do its thing for about 15 minutes. Alright, so here I've got my meal prepping bowls for my overnight oats. And I've got some protein powder. I've got some oat milk and almond milk. There's not much left in here, so I'm going to use up the rest of that. And then a measuring cup to measure it out. Each bowl gets half a cup of oats and 1 cup of oat milk or almond milk. Here I am adding some protein powder to the meal prep containers. This specific brand I found at Target. It's from Blogilates. I like it so far. I think it's pretty good and it tastes great. So no complaints there. Now I'm measuring out 1 cup of milk for the oats. Remember, it's half a cup of oats to 1 cup of milk. Time to stir these things up and get everything incorporated. Finally, I'm adding the apples to the mix, and this is going to finish off the oats. This turned out so good, and I was so happy with the taste and how it just came together. And I really enjoyed this as my breakfast for the Daniel fast. So those are my meal prepped overnight oats. Here's what it looks like. I dropped one of them on the floor and it made a mess. I wish I recorded it so I can give you a blooper. Maybe I'll drop it now. No, I'm just kidding. I won't drop it now. Now I'm going to wash the dishes a little bit. Always clean as you go. It makes it so much easier. Let's do it.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder.
Okay, so we're moving on to our next meal. I'm going to start with dinner because the lunch hash, I'm making a hash and it's the most difficult. So I'm saving that for last, which is probably bad. I should just tackle it, but we'll see. So I've got a bunch of vegetables here and some mushrooms, and I'll show you what I'm doing with that. Here are my vegetables. I'm going to cut these up. Here are my mushrooms. They're being soaked and washed. Mostly washed because mushrooms come from the ground and they're dirty. So I guess I'll see you guys back when those vegetables are all chopped up. I'm also going to get the water boiling and started for the pasta. And I need to grab some garlic as well. Alright, see ya. Alright, so over here I've got my vegetables all chopped up. That's the zucchini, the onion, the pepper, and I've also got some onions right there and a little bit of garlic right there. Delicious. And then in that bowl over there, I've got the mushrooms working. Now over here, I've got the pasta boiling. So it's doing what it needs to do. It's got 7 minutes and 14 seconds left on there. So we're cooking and working. This meal's almost done. Super quick and easy, guys. Timer for the pasta just went off. Instead of straining it and using a colander to strain it, I'm going to run cold water in it to stop the cooking process. And also, this helps me when I'm going to prep it into the bowls so that the noodles won't stick together because they're going to sit there for a little bit because they're already ready. So this is going to help the noodles not to stick together, stop the cooking process, and I'll have nice noodles to plate up in my meal prep container. And I'm just running the cold water. So I added my garlic, I added my pasta sauce. This is really all that it is. It's a vegetable pasta with whole grain pasta. And it's going to be really delicious. I like my vegetables more on the firm side so I can taste all the flavors. I'm going to throw the Italian seasoning in there, and then I'm gonna let that simmer for about 2 or 3 more minutes. And then I'm going to start plating up my pasta into my meal prep bowls, which I'll show you. These are from Walmart. There's like 4 or 5 here. 3. Here are my meal prepped dinners. They look really great and they are very good portions. I go to the gym and I work out, and so I definitely want something that's gonna fill me up. And some people don't eat a lot of fruit or vegetables when they're doing their Daniel fast. But me, I want to stay pretty active, so these portions are great for me and they'll keep me full throughout the day. Now it's time for cleanup once again, and then moving on to the final meal and then the snack as well. So I'm super excited to almost be finished. Yeah.
Honey, let's just face it. Baby, let your head down, be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes up. You don't have to hide it. Baby, let your head down, be a little wilder. Baby, kick.
So the next meal involves sweet potato. And I'm a little nervous for this one because, and I'm kind of avoiding it, there's butternut squash and sweet potato. And I don't want to cut myself, I'm just so scared. So I'm going to take it really slow and not cut myself. That's just what I'm going to do. So here's what we've got to prep now. There's an onion in there. Right there. There's my sweet potatoes and my butternut squash, and then there's some potatoes right there. So when we get to prepping these, this might take a little bit longer than just zucchinis and onions, but it'll be worth it. This meal is going to taste delicious. Also over here, I've got some quinoa. On the directions it said to toast this before I cook it to give it a nice roasted flavor. I didn't know you could do that, so I think I'm gonna give that a try. I think it'll taste great with the roasted vegetables. I'm also gonna roast some garlic along with everything in a sheet pan. I'm gonna roast that. And I think that it'll give it a really, really great flavor. I'm excited for that. So, yeah, we'll get started on that. Hey guys, so I'm done prepping the vegetables for the hash. I haven't started the quinoa yet, but I wanted to show you guys what it looked like, so I'll take you guys over there right now. Here we go. These are all my vegetables prepared. I've got yellow pepper, red pepper, I've got sweet potato, I've got some butternut squash, some onion, and some whole pieces of garlic. That's gonna add some really nice flavor in a roasted, thing. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna drizzle some olive oil. Some pepper. I like lots of pepper. I'm probably gonna sneeze, but yeah, I feel it. And some salt. I want this thing to open up again. There you go. Oh, I'm sneezing. Cajun. Can't go wrong with a little bit of Cajun. That has salt in it too, so you gotta be careful with that. I don't want to put too much salt. Coriander. Cumin. Just a little bit of cumin. I feel like cumin really rounds out a lot of flavors. I need to put together a blooper. Paprika. I am not shy with the seasonings. And this is like, don't tell anybody. Guys, I need to tell you guys. I need to tell you. Okay. I put chicken bouillon in almost every meal. the Asian market. The best chicken bouillon there is. And if you're making sesame chicken, chicken and broccoli, pepper steak and broccoli and stuff, like an Asian something, the Chinese chicken bouillon. Don't say I never helped you with anything. If I didn't help you with your schizophrenia, I helped you with this. So I'm gonna add the table, a little spoon. Oop. Maybe a little bit more. There. Okay. Now time to get my hands dirty. Into the oven it goes. Starting out, now I gotta get started on the quinoa, and that should be pretty easy. Alright, so I've strained the quinoa, and now it's going to toast in the pan because it was recommended on the pack. Never tried roasting or like toasting quinoa in a pan before. Actually, I've never made quinoa before. But it's straightforward. I'm not afraid to cook things, so it's just not going to be hard. I'm not afraid of it. Very confident in the kitchen. Sometimes I'm very explorative with my flavors. It's fun. Cooking is fun. But oh, there it goes. It's toasting now. I think it needs to dry a little bit, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay, so it's been 25 minutes and the timer went off for the roasted vegetables. Let's take a look at those. I'm gonna test it right now with a fork. It's soft, but I think it could be much softer. The onions are soft, the garlic is soft. But I want it a little bit softer. Okay. Peppers. Peppers are butter. So those will be really soft. But yeah. Now, what I've got working on the stove is the quinoa. It's going to be boiling. I put some chicken bouillon in the water as well as salt just now, and that should add some really good flavor. Here is the quinoa and hash that is all finished and plated up, ready to be put into the fridge. Guys, I tasted a little bit. It was so delicious. Alright guys, that concludes this video. I hope you all were inspired by some of the meals that I've made. I hope that you're inspired to do a Daniel fast, and you don't feel like you have to be too restrictive with it. God's gonna honor it because He loves us, and I just want you guys to come away from this with a better feeling of I can do this, you know? And there's hope for those with schizophrenia and mental disorders. So keep believing, keep hoping. Have a good day, guys. Love you.